Speaking about UAE, I found this news also very surprising. Hazza Al Mansoori, the Emirati UAE hero who went to space. I call him a space tourist. UAE calls him the astronaut. I call him a space tourist because he was just a guest on a spaceship that was launched from Europe, from Russia or wherever. Okay, so I don't have anything bad against the guy. I think the guy has done something which majority of the people can never do in their life, and he is the first Emirati. So bravo to him. So what is the big surprising news? The surprising news is the fact that he received the highest civilian honor from NASA as the Distinguished Public Service Medal. However, this was not made into a very big news. They didn't talk about it in the papers. They didn't mention it on media. And even though he shared this on his official Twitter handle, only when I checked it, there were only 49 people talking about it. It was a very, hush-hush, low-key affair. Shouldn't this be, a really big thing? Shouldn't more people be talking about it? I don't know why all of a sudden it's become like very quiet. In fact, Sheikh Mohammed even, gave the announcement that he wants the next guy to be groomed for space. Even that didn't pick up any traction. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not trending online or it's no longer a very popular topic. But the next news is a very popular topic, and that is Princess Haya was at court, battling the custody of her children. And Sheikh Mohammed, obviously, he was not there. So Princess Haya, who's the sixth wife of Sheikh Mohammed, who fled her husband because of differences or whatever. Now she's living in London. She wants protection of her children because, according to her, her claim is that she's afraid that her children will be forced to marry somebody else, or some other media outlets are saying that she's afraid of her life, or things are not working out. So whatever the case, end of the day, I just say that if things are not working out, let both the parties go their own separate ways. And think about it. Sheikh Mohammed is 70 years old, 70. 70 is grandfather. That's at least how we look at it. So I'm sure Sheikh Mohammed is no longer the aggressive, hot-blooded, guy that he was when he was young. I'm pretty sure even he would want amicable end to this. Okay. Let's move on to one last bit that is in the international news, which has been gaining a lot of traction, which, personally speaking, I find this next news is kind of stupid, and I'll tell you why. The title is UAE Leaders Plan Strategy for the Next 50 Years. Now, once upon a time, this was like a very bold thing to do. People used to admire, wow, he has a vision for the next 50 years. He has the vision for the next 100 years, 200 years. I find this personally stupid. Okay, I'll tell you why I find it stupid. Here's my logic to you. Do you know what's going to happen in the next 100 years exactly? Like confidently, perfectly well? Okay. Or let me be rather specific. Your life, how it is right now, your life, is it exactly the way you planned it when you were born? Like when we were born, we had, I wanted to be an astronaut, I wanted to be a film actor, I wanted to be, Schwarzenegger, whatever. I wanted to be so many things. I never thought my life would go the way I planned, I never thought life would go the way it has gone right now. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would have tattoos. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would have my fourth marriage. I never thought I would stay in Thailand. I never thought YouTube and Google and Facebook would be there. Never, never, never. In fact, I'm pretty sure even you never thought your life would be the way it is right now. None of us know how life is going to be. I mean, think about it. Did you ever imagine that Donald Trump would one day be the president of the United States? I mean, people would joke about it, make fun about it, even Obama did. But we never thought life would go this way. I remember in the 80s, we thought there would be flying cars. Even today, Nobody wants a flying car. Okay. Uh, eh, I remember in the 80s, we had houses which would be like robots. I used to see these futuristic magazines. People would be like Star Trek zapping from here to there. None of it has happened. So why am I saying this is, why am I bringing this up is, it's stupid to plan out so far ahead when you are not able to meet the challenges of the next 12 months. Dubai has $21 billion that it has to pay. $21 billion. It's not addressing that. It's not addressing the problems of what it has to do within the next year. They have not been able to pay for the last, I think, two times or three times that they have postponed the payments. They're not able to meet that in the last 5 years. What are you planning for 50 years? Who are you trying to impress? In fact, they even had this announcement of they have created the ambassador for the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth. I don't know what is the first. I don't know what is the second. Here's the fourth. It seems the most futuristic. What are you doing, man? You want a simple goal. I'll tell you a simple goal. Your simple vision should be, I'm going to pay off $21 billion. That should be your goal. Your goal should be, we need to stabilize the economy. The goal should be, we need to get rid of all the debt. We need to keep this economy stable and sustainable. That should be the vision. You have a vision. It's like me telling you, my vision is going to be, I'm going to be a billionaire at the age of 80 or 90, when I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, when I don't know what's my goal for next month, when I don't know what am I going to achieve the year end. I'm not saying that UAE doesn't have a goal for the year end. Obviously they do. They're very amazing. They're people who are leaders. But this news of 50 years ahead is bullshit, okay? I'm telling you, it's outright bullshit. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Here's the best question for you. The changes that have taken place in UAE, the changes, the challenges, the problems, the issues. Did anyone predict this would happen? Nobody predicted, nobody thought that UAE's economy would crash, that so many projects would be just left, abandoned. Simple. Palm Island 123, Sheikh Maktoum Airport, Dubai Logistics City, Dubai, World Central. What happened to all of that? Total flop, total failure. So I would say stop this bullshit of 50 years, 100 years, 200 years. Look at the next month. That's what I would say is much more practical. Okay. The next one is UAE Pushes For 2020. Expo 2020 Pushes For Growth. Right now, it seems there are 4,792 active projects in Dubai. That's a really big number, 4,792. And what do they mean by active projects? Means construction. I don't know from where they get this number. And I do not know if they're talking of massive projects or they're talking of, like, if you're talking of a small little canteen shop, is that a project? Or are you taking like a skyscraper, that as a project? When you have vague data like this, it sounds big, but then where it is, here, I'll give you a very simple example. You're in Dubai. If you're in Dubai or Singapore, go and find out where are these 4,792 projects. Are they all the building constructions that are taking place in Expo 2020 area? Is that the 4,792? Or is it like we're talking of 4,792 skyscrapers or cities? Or is it like a small shop and they're calling that one shop as Project One? So, I hear all these big numbers. I've stopped believing in the bullshit. As for this article, it says Al Maktoum International Airport, Al Maktoum International Airport has scaled down its operations. It's bleeding, it's hemorrhaging cash. It's not working out. Jebel Ali Port, what in Jebel Ali Port? Are you building a warehouse and you're calling that? Then Dubai Metro Red Line, fine, I agree, that is required for Expo 2020. I know you might be saying, Loy, stop being so negative and all that. But here's the thing. When you give such big numbers, it should help the people. It should give them jobs. It should bring in revenue. Just meet any day-to-day person who is in Dubai. Ask him, are you feeling the excitement of Expo 20? Are you excited? He'll be like, what excited? There's no excitement. Everything is normal. Only hype is on YouTube, on newspapers. But the guy who is in UAE, for him, it's a normal day. There's no excitement. There's nothing. It's just this hype that is there. You don't have to believe a word I'm saying. Just don't believe. Look at it with your own eyes. Okay? So this is another like wow kind of news. But for people who are there on ground reality, it is nothing. Okay? They are giving even big numbers saying that the GDP is 33 billion in 2008 and all that bullshit. Big numbers, but if you speak to people, the business community at large or the employees, or they'll say, man, I don't know what this report is. I don't see any excitement, nothing. Okay. You have this website, which is zerohedge.com, says the UAE private sector tanks to a 10-year low, the lowest in 10 years amid recession fears. And this was also cross-referenced and reported by Reuters. Okay, so those of you say, oh, you're only reading Al Jazeera, which is Qatari-based, which is anti-UAE. Well, here you have from Reuters. You have also express.co.uk, which shares the news that before you had the underworld or the mafia from India, you had from Russia, you had from Britain, but now UAE is even becoming a home for European criminals. Okay, as per British intelligence, as per this report, it seems British intelligence have cited that many gangsters have taken UAE as home. You remember what I told you that they need foreign exchange to come in, they need money to come in. So a lot of people who have black money is not, I'm not talking of racist money, and black money means money that is not accounted for. So they bring it into the country. And UAE has this policy, or all Middle East countries have this policy. You bring in the cash in, we don't care from where you bought the money or how you bought the money. You're investing it here, do it legal, fine, we don't have a problem. So that's what is happening. So people are bringing black money, they're investing into properties, they're investing into real estate or whatever, or projects, or they open up a supermarkets, hypermarkets, stores, and then they say this is a legal business, and then that kind of money, either they sell the business or whatever, and they say, see, proof I earn this money through legal channels, and that is what they reinvest in other countries. So a lot of this black money is coming in. As for the National Crime Agency, which arrested 24 people from Northern England, they said that they had suitcases of cash which were going to be taken into Dubai. The NCA, that is the National Crime Agency, said that people have managed to smuggle 15 million pounds. 15 million pounds, that's a shitload of money in suitcases. Just imagine, just think about this, okay? The question is, don't these suitcases go under the scan, or how are they managed to escape the scan? I mean, just think about it, okay? If they have nabbed these guys with money in the suitcase, so they're not dumb, they're not stupid. They would have planned this out that, okay, I'm going to take money in the suitcase. I know that the airport security will scan this, but still they did it. So that means there was already a pre-agreed kind of agreement between them. I'll bring the money with the suitcase. I'll go through this channel. In fact, unofficially, this is just from word of mouth, I know of this guy told me, okay, whoever it is, who works at the airport, he told me his friend has people who come down, fly down, and they are taken through a separate door, they're taken through a separate, back door or whatever, and they have contacts and connections at the highest levels, okay? So no questions being asked. They just come through the door, bring in whatever they have to do, shake hands, bye-bye, and they go out. So this is not just in the UAE. It's all across the world. It's everywhere. people have contacts and connections at the highest levels. So let's say, for example, I'm just giving you, like, think like a movie. Okay, this guy wants to bring in 100 million in suitcase. Okay, in a suitcase carrying the luggage. Okay, he wants to bring it. So he's going to give, let's say, 1 million to the topmost guy. He just tells him, I'll just come in through the door, whatever, go, just make sure it's clean. You get 1 million. So if I'm the guy at the top, I know that this guy is very powerful. I know that this guy has very big connections. I don't want any issues for me and my family. I just want peace. So he's giving me 1 million just to close my eyes. He'll just go through the door and do his stuff. Okay, fine. I will be busy doing my own thing. I'll act as if I didn't notice. Make sure that that security camera is off or not working or whatever. He comes, he goes, he does his thing. Okay, and then he gets out. As for records, he never existed. He never came in. I never seen him. There's no evidence. And I have 1 million in an overseas bank account somewhere. And I'm happy. I'm happy. Everyone's happy. Nobody had any problems. He did what he had to. So why not? If I was in that position, I would do the same thing. I mean, everyone wants things to go without any drama, without any problems. So my friend who has his contacts and connections at the airport says, many of these things take place. It's not just UAE. It's happening across the world, everywhere. People know what happens. They just keep their eyes closed. It's business as usual. So this also happens. Some people call it money laundering. Some people call it illegal stuff. Some people call it whatever. But this happens. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. We just don't talk about it. Okay. So in this article, they have given a couple of names of big kingpins who are actually wanted in Europe or in UK or in Ireland. They are big time criminals. But in Dubai, they have identity cards as consultants, as professionals. So, well, I think, like they say, you can be a big bad wolf in your country and do bad things. But here, don't break the rules. We don't have any problems with you as long as you respect them. So many underworld people, there is even rumors that you had, which was true. It's not a rumor. You can just Google search Osama bin Laden in Dubai hospital. Okay. Osama bin Laden was treated in Dubai, in American hospital in Dubai. Okay. Everyone knows this. You can just Google search. Don't have to believe a word I say. And personally, if you ask me, I would say Osama bin Laden, this is me. This is just my opinion. Okay. He's just used as a pawn. He's just used as a front man to say that this guy who was in the mountains with goats, a goat herd, he had technology that was even more superior to the United States. Just let that sink in your brains for a minute. A guy who's in the mountains of Kabul with these goats, with a rifle, AK-47, is smarter than all the technology, all the artificial intelligence, all the advancement of the entire country of the United States. This one man in the mountain in Kabul, in Afghanistan, is smarter than the entire AI, the technology of United States. And he alone, this guy with his goats in the mountain, was able to plan out and bring down 2 towers, the tallest towers in the world. He was able to bypass the technology and the surveillance of the most powerful nation in the world. Must be one hell of a, mountaineer. This Pathan. He must be. Wow. And people buy that story. They actually buy that story that this guy. My opinion, it's just bullshit. It's just, like I said, you show a magic trick here, say, look here, but this hand is doing something else. USA, everyone knows, but nobody talks about it. USA trained him. USA made him. Ronald Reagan, they made him. The CIA made him. It's like USA trains all these people in all these countries from this concept of global warming, which now They are saying that this, it is a man-made invention just to create chaos. So, well, people will say, Loy, you're talking bullshit. Other side will say, no, there's an element of truth. Like I tell you, use common sense. That's all I tell you. Just use common sense. You'll know what is true, what is false. Okay? Anyway, let's move on.